The long-awaited GOP tax plan was finally unveiled today. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Savannah Rudisell. Thanks for joining us. Republicans say the plan will lower taxes for the middle class and help create jobs. NBC's Blaine Alexander has the breakdown.
It's the grand GOP rollout. Top House Republicans pushing their new tax reform plan, touted as helping the middle class.
This is a very important and special moment for our country, for all Americans.
We will grow our economy by delivering more jobs.
90% of Americans will be able to fill out their taxes on a postcard.
What exactly is in the plan? Fewer tax brackets, higher standard deduction, and a new family credit. It would also cut the corporate tax rate from 35% down to 20%, preserves 401k plans, but gets rid of the state tax deductions. So what does this really mean for the middle class? Experts say it depends.
Every one of these little tax breaks is going to change, and so each family will have a different higher tax burden or lower tax burden depending on what they were paying before.
President Trump pushing his party to act before the holidays.
We're working to give the American people a giant tax cut for Christmas. We are giving them a big, beautiful Christmas present.
But some Republicans worried about the short timeline and adding an estimated $1.5 trillion to the deficit.
This is something that could affect us for the next 20 to 30 years. So it's all the more reason why I think we should have more debate.
I didn't know I was going to be given a prop.
For Republicans, that debate and the sell starting immediately, with the clock ticking down to the end of the year. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
Trump is leaving for a trip to Asia on Sunday, but many of his advisors, including Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, will stay behind to try and push the plan through Congress. The 2016 presidential election has led to an increase in bullying at American schools. KMUH Nick Allen joins us in the studio to tell us why.
University of Connecticut professor George Sagai spoke on the MU campus yesterday on his research of bullying in American schools. He found that things are only getting worse.
You might have found that last year's election created some tense times in the workplace. According to 8 sociology, psychology, and education professors at MU, the same is true for the classroom. It seems 2016 sparked some bad behavior in a new generation of bullies.
Someone who's in the dominant religious group might feel like they have status over a Muslim, and bullying is a way of violently acknowledging, I'm the insider, you're the outsider, I'm included, you're excluded, and I'm going to remind you that you're excluded by pushing you into a locker.
Sugai cited stats to back his claims up.
A study conducted by the Southern Poverty Law Center found that 90% of educators reported a negative impact on their school's climate in the midst of the election. 80% saw a heightened anxiety in minority students such as LGBTQ or Muslim students, and 50% saw that students would target each other based on the candidate they supported.
The Missouri Prevention Center is the state's resource for addressing these problems. The center's co-director says schools need to be proactive in tackling the issue.
We don't have to wait to see it happening. We can, as a school, say, this is an expectation. We will not have these behaviors in our school, and bullying would be one of those.
She says parents and teachers need to work together to solve the problem for their kids.
The Missouri Prevention Center will continue its efforts to slow down bullying by joining forces with the Boone County Schools Mental Health Coalition. From the studio, Nick Allen, KOMU 8 News.
Data released this week shows Missouri school districts rely more heavily on local property taxes than most other states. The Missouri Department of Education report places Missouri 4th in the nation among state school districts that rely on a majority of local funding. Districts can pull from local funds, primarily in the form of property taxes, which can differ greatly depending on each district's size and enrollment. One Missouri School Board Association official says some rural school districts must get creative to meet ends meet.
It can result in, again, in some inequities that exist because some communities are simply wealthier than other communities and have the ability to spend more on their students than other school districts do.
Missouri school districts overall received an increase of nearly $1 billion in local revenue since 2006.
Child abuse cases have risen nearly 80% in mid-Missouri since 2015. Kids Harbor of Osage Beach has helped nearly 600 children this year alone. The executive director says the dramatic rise in child abuse cases comes from knowledge of available services. She hopes increased awareness will put an end to child abuse.
It used to be that this was something that happened in secrecy. Sexual abuse and child abuse thrive in secrecy. So the more that we talk about it as a community, the more we can prevent child abuse.
Kids Harbor applied for grant funding. It hopes to start a prevention program which includes adult education to keep kids safe. Today, a Springfield jury convicted a former middle school coach in the death of a young girl. 49-year-old Craig Wood was found guilty of kidnapping, raping, and killing 10-year-old Haley Owens in 2014. A witness says he saw Woods pull the girl into his truck and reported the license plate. Her body was found later in Owens' basement. Jurors will hear more testimony before deciding on the death penalty. The state of Missouri owes a former state employee more than $1 million. Cindy Guthrie filed 2 sex and age discrimination lawsuits in 2014 and 2016 after she was fired. The first lawsuit says Guthrie's boss fired her for refusing orders. The settlement resolves both lawsuits and awarded Guthrie $1.1 million.
Route H was closed today for more than an hour after a truck overturned and blocked the road. Missouri State Highway Patrol says around 3 p.m., a hydroseeder went off the right side of the road trying to give room to another vehicle. The hydroseeder overcorrected and crashed onto its side, spilling its cargo of hydromulch and wood fiber. The driver and the passenger of the truck were taken to University Hospital with minor injuries. The driver of the other vehicle is okay. More information is coming out today about the terror attack in New York City that killed 8 and injured more than a dozen. The suspect pledged allegiance to ISIS in a handwritten note. Investigators are searching for Sayfullo Saipov's cell phone and computer for any links to the terrorist organization. So far, there's no evidence that he had contact with any terror group. Saipov told investigators he chose to attack on Halloween to, quote, kill as many as he could. Today started off warm, but it definitely got a little chillier this evening. Let's send it over to Kenton to see what tomorrow and the rest of the weekend looks like.
Savannah, thank you very much. Just how cold did we get and how fast did it happen? You can see it very well right here in the middle of the day. High temperatures today in the middle 70s for a lot of us. Quickly, though, within just a few hours, you can see we cooled way down into the 50s, 70s to 50s within just a couple hours. We're cooling down into the lower 40s by sunrise on our Friday. For the rest of our day, then, we're only warming up into the upper 50s for a lot of us, some of us around that 60-degree mark. And we're going to see a bit more sunshine tomorrow. That's good news. On Saturday, we're up to around 70 there. We're still going to see a mix of cloud cover and sunshine there, too. And then we're going to have a lot of wind on our Sunday, but it will be warmer there until we cool back down for next week, of course. I'll have that full 8-day forecast and explain our next weather maker coming up later.
Thanks, Kenton. Gas prices in Columbia are unusually high this season. When they'll return to normal, coming up.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
Peripheral artery disease was starving the blood flow to Julie's foot. Other facilities said that she'd probably wind up with a leg amputation. But the doctors and nurses at Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center wouldn't give up. They're working to save her leg and her quality of life with hyperbaric oxygen.
A sore that won't heal may require expert wound care. Contact Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Thanks to Boone Hospital Wound Center, she's walking on the leg today.
Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
We tip our hats to the men and women who serve to protect Hearth and Home. At Slumberland's Veterans Sale, shop now and get up to 65% off. Slumberland is proud to support the American Red Cross Service to the Armed Forces program to help those who've served us. You save big, we give big. Here's to those who keep us safe. Here's to our veterans. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Custom coatings and accessories. Your epoxy flooring specialist. Epoxy Floors is ideal for inside or outside surfaces. From pool decks to outside patios, epoxy flooring will handle the outside elements. Let CCA create an impressive design. Make your ugly concrete disappear with durable sealed epoxy floors. Finally, decorative flooring that's affordable.
Hi, I'm Lendl.
And I'm Margaret.
We do residential and commercial epoxy floors. Stop by our showroom or call for free estimates.
Visit CustomCoatingsAndAccessories.com to view more pictures.
You know what insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Hi, I'm Doug with All Weather. The service industry's this way. No matter who you call, they always have a long list of repairs that exceed the cost of a new system. Imagine that. Next time you have heating, cooling, or plumbing issues, call All Weather. We're there to fix your problem expertly, on time, on budget, with upfront pricing. Quit going insane and call All Weather. We fix stuff. No surprises here.
At Booz & Bark, our warehouse is big. I mean really big, but sometimes you've just got to clear it out.
That's right, Tracy. Come to Booz & Bark Flooring and Granite for a warehouse sale that is bigger than big. We're chopping our margins on hardwood flooring, carving the cost of natural stone, polishing prices on ceramic tile, granite countertops, and cabinets. We're cutting our carpeting, lessening our laminate, and devaluing our vinyl. All current stock is reduced.
So come to Booz & Bark Flooring and Granite, where we'll be forking over the great deals. At Booz & Bark's, we're going to floor you.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you. This First Alert weather forecast is brought to you by Family Pond.
Welcome back to KMUN News at 9 o'clock here on Mid-Missouri CW. Time-lapse over Jefferson City today. And the temperatures, I can assure you, will be very interesting on this time-lapse, almost more than the sky cover there. You can see right around 70, but it cools off quickly with that cold front moving through. A lot of cloud cover with the cold front. Even a bit of some patchy drizzle possibly here this evening. But you can see right where this cold front is right here, too, just by looking at our temperatures across the United States. 72 in Little Rock. It's 52, though, in Columbia, and then 40 in Des Moines, 35 over in Kearney, Nebraska. So a big difference. The warmest temperature, it looks like in the United States, is actually down here, 80 degrees down in Brownsville, Texas. If we look at winds, though, you can also see where this cold front is. Winds are changing direction, of course, right along the cold front boundary. So everything now in Missouri, of course, has winds from the north. And it was a bit breezy as that was moving through today, about 15-mile-an-hour winds with that, but now they're going to calm down for a bit more. We're not expecting too much in the way of winds for our day tomorrow, so that's nice. It's going to be cooler there, too, of course, with that cold front. So we track this hour by hour. Some patchy fog is going to be a possibility on your Friday morning commute. Tori will have the latest on that starting at 4:30 a.m. And then by 5 p.m., after some sunshine during the day, cloud cover starts to approach back from the south, and that's right along with this frontal system again. It's moving up to our north this time. Could see some patchy drizzle on Friday night and Saturday morning with a lot of clouds Saturday morning. But by midday and into the afternoon, we'll start to see some of that clear out. So I think by at least the end of the Mizzou game, you should see some sunshine peeking through. It's going to be a warmer one on Saturday, of course, as well. Then Saturday night into Sunday, back with the clouds, some possible drizzle overnight again. But then by the afternoon, we're still seeing sunshine. It's going to be a lot warmer on Sunday afternoon. Highs are going to be in the middle 70s. Some might even reach into around 80 degrees, depending on how much sunshine we actually end up with. Then you can see this cold front right up here. That's moving through late Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. It's going to give us a lot of wind, some gusts 30 to 35 miles an hour, and also could pop off just a few light showers and thunderstorms in the area. Not expecting anything severe at this point. Stay with us because we'll keep you updated. Still a few days off from that. This is for Sunday, of course, but it looks like most of the stronger storms will be off to our east. Tonight, though, we're down to 42 for our low. Northeast winds only 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, they are calming a bit more. Tomorrow, highs only at 58 degrees. Fairly seasonal for this time of year, though. Average high temperature is 60. East-northeast winds there, only 5 to 10 miles an hour. You will see more sunshine on Friday, some more by Saturday afternoon as well after a few patches of drizzle in the morning. 69 around 70. Saturday, mid-70s, possibly upper 70s on Sunday, depending on that sunshine. Could see some, again, shower and thunderstorm activities. You head into the evening Sunday with that cold front passing through. And that cold front does a number for us next week, so it's going to keep us into the 50s all week for high temperatures, but for the most part, 40s every day as well in between.
So the average high temperature right now would be about 60?
Is 60, yeah.
If you look at all of that, it all averages out to about 60, but it's all...
Right, until next week when it's 50.
Okay, thank you very much, Kenton. Several Callaway County sewers aren't up to code. Is there a fix? That's after the break.
I started shooting at 22 like most kids start out, and you know, you hit a couple bullseyes and just kind of fell in love with it. I share a lot of that passion with my son. Getting to share that with him has been a great experience. Family Pond helped me expand my passion for firearms by helping me out and finding the pieces that I'm looking for. New guns, used guns, it doesn't matter. These guys have got anything and everything that you could possibly want.
If you're tired
of the selection you see at your traditional box store, come give us a try.
What does it take to be named the top television station in Missouri? An unwavering commitment to journalism excellence,
Reporting live in downtown Columbia.
community service, and industry leadership.
The moon covering up the sun's light.
KOMU 8 has been recognized as Station of the Year by the Missouri Broadcasters Association. It's an honor we share with you. We're proud to serve you, to share your stories, and to stand side by side with you to make our community stronger. Thank you for trusting us for coverage you can count on. The KOMU 8 News app is brought to you by Huber & Associates, smarter IT solutions for business. Download in the App Store or Google Play.
Carpet Values is the Midwest's largest Mill Direct discount flooring warehouse. What does that mean to you? Selection. Walk through miles and miles of wall-to-wall carpeting, miles of luxury vinyl tile and plank, miles of trendy wood laminate, miles of extra-wide sheet vinyl. And don't forget Mid-Missouri's largest selection of area rugs. If it's on the floor, we have it at the best prices. So drive a little for miles and miles of savings at Carpet Values, only in Kingdom City.
FFO Home Stories.
I've got 4 boys, so we needed a big sofa that could take a beating. When it was time for a new sectional, I knew it was time to go to FFO Home. It truly is where great quality lives for less.
Living rooms for less. Kick back in a Howard dual reclining sofa, just $10.98. Take home an oversized sofa today for only $3.98. No interest financing, too, at FFO Home, where great quality lives for less.
It's not $3 a gallon, but it's not $2 a gallon either. It's somewhere in between. KOMU8's Sarah McDowell joins us live to tell us why gas prices are up and how long this will last.
Gas prices in Columbia are more than the Missouri average, so it may cost you a little bit more to fill up your tank this week. But we got down to the bottom of the barrel to find out why. We talked to Gas Buddy's senior petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan, who gave us 3 reasons for the hike. First, Hurricane Harvey delayed oil refineries maintenance that was supposed to happen in August or September so they could continue to produce gasoline, which creates this second reason. There's more maintenance going on right now instead. And third, normally this would not be a problem because we can get gas from the Gulf Coast. However, there was a leak in the pipeline that brings us gas from the Gulf Coast. DeHaan says he knows that nobody likes rising gas prices.
Well, it's really surprising because I remember last year it being like significantly a lot cheaper, and then all of a sudden when I got back this semester, the prices just kind of like spiked up out of nowhere and continually keep going up.
Gas Buddy's analyst says he hopes prices will return to normal starting next week. Reporting live in Columbia, Sarah McDowell, KOMU8 News.
The Grain Belt Express could be coming to Missouri even after getting denied by the Public Service Commission in August. This comes after the group appealed its case to the Missouri Supreme Court. The project would take wind energy from Kansas and move it through Missouri using power lines. Those lines would cross farm fields and possibly decrease property values.
I think I speak for all landowners when I say we've sacrificed. We bought our land, we love our land, and we don't want to be told we've got to give up some of our land.
The power lines would also run through Illinois and Indiana. Grain Belt Express says those 2 states are on board and Missouri is the only holdout.
If you live in a subdivision operated by a homeowners association, you might be responsible for the upkeep on the sewer system. And if that system has any violations, neighborhood residents could pay a fine. Now Callaway County is working toward fixing that. Officials want to create a sewer district, since many subdivision wastewater systems aren't up to code. This would give the responsibility of the system to the county. Residents would pay a monthly fee, but one county resident says nothing compares to the headache of taking care of her neighborhood lagoon.
Since we are in violation and have been for quite some time, we can't put in a system that will take care of it. We're talking, we don't have enough land, we can't buy land, there's no land to get. It's $250,000 or $500,000 for a system.
Oberman says each household in the subdivision paid almost $300 for the most recent fine. Upcoming meetings and a vote in April will determine if the need for a sewer district is worth the proposed multi-million-dollar project. Basketball is back tonight in Mizzou Arena.
Sure is. One-star Tiger faced quite the scare early on. Sports is next.
Discover Serta's latest iComfort Memory Foam Sleep System or newly redesigned Perfect Sleeper. Find a local retailer at CertaRetailers.com.
Visit a participating retailer at America's Mattress and Eldon Furniture Company.
To the insurance company, I'm claim number 2EK50YUPL. Classified as minor motor vehicle accident, claim status pending. Well, insurance company, my name is Rachel. I have 2 kids, a mortgage, and a full-time job that I nearly lost after spending 2 weeks in a hospital due to my minor accident. Nice to meet you.
Are you tired of being treated just like a number? If you're hurt, protect yourself. Call Aaron Sachs and Associates.
Quick, what's the first thing you think of when you need health care? We want it to be Family Health Center, primary and preventive care for the whole family. Think of us first when you get sick, need an annual checkup, for newborn and pediatric care, chronic disease management, immunizations, or referral to a specialist. We take all major insurance plans and offer discounts for those who qualify. Plan now for good health. Make Family Health Center your first choice for primary care. Now in East Columbia on Broadway Bluffs Drive. Family Health Center, health and care within reach.
Discover Serta's latest iComfort Memory Foam Sleep System or newly redesigned Perfect Sleeper. Find a local retailer at CertaRetailers.com.
Visit a participating retailer at America's Mattress and Eldon Furniture Company.
Closed captioning during KOMU8 News is brought to you by Mawkins.com. Shop thousands of vehicles on sale. Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Hello, everyone. It is basketball time once again at Mizzou Arena. Tonight, the Missouri women, ranked 16th in today's AP preseason poll, played their first of 2 exhibition games. The Tigers and Southwest Baptist visiting from Bolivar. First time this season Mizzou has played a team other than itself, and the Tigers had their inside game working in this one as they were fired up and ready to go inside. Underneath, it is a basket for Sierra Porter as she scored, and that theme would continue. Sophie Cunningham driving to the basket. She's the first team All-SEC preseason pick. Truman, the Tigers, loves it. His team is rolling inside. It's Sierra Porter again, 12 double-doubles last season. She started every game. What a player she is. Folks, there's no doubt this team stays healthy. It is going to be a force in the SEC, maybe beyond. We'll find out. Lauren Aldrich, the Kansas transfer, she's the new point guard. And the Tigers playing with those gold shoes with a lot of energy. There's Jordan Roundtree, son of former Mizzou player Bill Roundtree, scoring. Amber Smith, the SEC co-freshman of the year last season. You see the talent for the Tigers. Here, there was a scary moment. You don't want to see that. Ouch. Sophie Cunningham falls on her wrist in the first half. Landed awkwardly. She would leave the court, come back in the second half with an ice pack on her wrist. We'll try to get an update for you at 10. You see the Tigers win by 22 in what was not expected to be much of a contest. At this time, 1 month ago, the Mizzou football team had a record of 1-3 after 3 home losses by an average of 29 points. Since then, the Tigers are 2-2, averaging 46 points a game, and yes, could still make a bowl game. Florida is the first of 4 consecutive Mizzou opponents with records below 500. Kickoff with the Tigers and Gators, 11 a.m. Saturday. Florida comes to Columbia with an interim head coach and a new starting quarterback. After losing 3 in a row, Jim McElwain parted ways, and now it's Randy Shannon coaching. And Notre Dame transfer Malik Zaire set to make his first start of the year for the Gators against Missouri.
You know, I talked just real briefly to them about, you know, my respect for Mac, and I think he's a great coach. You know, conference meetings, got to know him a little bit, and you know, I hate it for him.
A big start to the season for the St. Louis Blues, owners of the best record in the NHL's Western Conference tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers skated to Scott Trade Center to take on St. Louis. The Flyers, known a few years back as the Broad Street Bullies, and right now they're tough and up against the Blues. It's 1-0. This game is getting late, too. Final 10 minutes of Scott Trade, and Philadelphia leads at 1-0. Brandon Manning has the goal, so that score is reversed, folks. Philly has the 1-0 lead, under 10 to play. We will have an update and highlights for you at 10 on Channel 8. Finally, after 11 weeks of high school football action, the time has come for district championship games tomorrow. KOMU8 will have highlights from around the state. Here, a look at some of the bigger matchups. There are more, but these are some of the highlight games. The Battle Spartans home versus Belton. Helias at Moberly, a mid-Missouri matchup. The Mexico Bulldogs visit the unbeaten Blair Oaks Falcons. Owensville at Eldon in a rematch of a thrilling 72-69 Eldon Mustang win earlier this year. And finally, speaking of rematch, another look at the Callaway Cup. South Callaway visiting North. Keep it here. All highlights and scores of these playoff games and more tomorrow night at 10. For now, that is sports.
The original Sonic cheeseburger and onion rings for $2.99. The last time we ate this good for $2.99, we were in college.
No, I was in college. You were in denial.
Oh, good school.
Now you compare a cheeseburger or footlong coney with onion rings for $2.99. This is how you Sonic.
If it's not a Tempur-Pedic, it's a compromise. When I was a Navy SEAL, I put in a special request to get one, and I realized the Tempur-Pedic was exponentially better than anything else. It gave me a huge performance advantage. It still does. Tempur-Pedic, sleep is power.
Now at Slumberland, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Pay no interest for 50 months on qualifying sets. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Buy one, get one wings are the best.
Now, I love the taste of free.
To me, it tastes like my garlic Parmesan wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm just eating the free one. No harm.
Boneless wings are now buy one, get one free Thursdays, 5 p.m. to close. This is how you Sonic.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10, a pesticide is causing problems for farmers.
How the tool that's supposed to help crops is actually hurting them. It's coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10. Kenton?
And it's a cold one out there tonight thanks to that cold front that rolled through earlier this afternoon. Temperatures cooling into the lower 40s by sunrise tomorrow morning, 58 then in the afternoon. We will see some sun though tomorrow. And then 69 on Saturday, some patchy drizzle there Friday night into Saturday morning, but drying out for the Mizzou game. And we will see some sun by the end of the Mizzou game there too. In the 70s, but windy on Sunday.
Looks like short sleeves for the Mizzou game in November.
I'll take it.
For sure.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.
On